Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Vira Eka Wahyuni. Today you are going to learn about pronouns. There are many types of pronouns that we are going to learn today. But first of all, you should know the meaning of pronouns. What is pronouns? Pronouns are the way that we refer to people in place of their name or in third person, referring to that person while talking to someone else. Often, pronouns have an implied gender, such as he to refer to a man or boy, or she to refer to a woman or girl. A pronoun can act as a subject, direct object, indirect object, object of the preposition, and more, and takes the place of any person, place, animal, or thing. Number two, personal pronouns. When you think of pronouns, you most likely think of personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are pronouns that refer to specific individuals and groups. Personal pronouns include I, me, she, her, he, him, they, them, we, us, and you. A personal pronoun is a pronoun that is associated primarily with a particular person in the grammatical sense. When discussing person in terms of the grammatical, the following rules apply: first person as in I, second person as in you, third person as in it, he, and she. For examples, you need to stop lying to me. Come look at my cat. He has climbed to the top of that tree. Number three, antecedents. In order to use a pronoun, you need to introduce the noun first. Antecedents are necessary because pronouns are versatile. Think about it. It can refer to a bike, a tree, a car, or a city, and we just used it to refer to something else entirely. Take a look at these examples to see how antecedents and pronouns work together. My family tests my patience, but I love them. The sign was too far away for George to read it. Danita said she is almost finished with the application. Generally, you don't need an antecedent for pronouns like I, you, we, our, and me. But because there are no absolutes in grammar, sometimes you do need an antecedent in this kind of situation, like when you are giving a speech where you introduce yourself and your credentials before discussing your achievements. Number four, relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are another class of pronouns. They connect relative clauses to independent clauses. A relative pronoun is one which is used to refer to nouns mentioned previously, whether they are people, places, things, animals, or ideas. Relative pronouns can be used to join two sentences. There are a few rules for using relative pronouns. First, relative clauses are typically introduced by relative pronouns, and that the relative pronoun can function as a possessive pronoun, an object, or a subject. Second, when relative pronouns introduce restrictive relative clauses, no comma is used to separate the restrictive clause from the main clause. Third, in American English, the relative pronoun whom is used rarely. You may notice this in conversations, but it is the best to use the term when writing to ensure that your work is grammatically correct. Relative pronouns include these words: that, what, which, who, and whom. These are few examples of relative pronouns. The woman who called earlier didn't leave a message. All the dogs that got adopted today will be loved. My car, which is nearly 20 years old, still runs well. Number 5. Demonstrative pronouns. A demonstrative pronoun is a pronoun that is used to point something specific within a sentence. These pronouns can indicate items in space or time, and they can be either singular or plural. That, this, these, and those are demonstrative pronouns. They take the place of a noun or noun phrase that has already been mentioned or is clear through context, either in written or verbal communication. When used to represent a thing or things, demonstrative pronouns can be either near or far, in distance or time. This is used for singular items that are nearby. This is used for multiple items that are nearby. The distance can be physical or metaphorical. Take a look at these examples. This was my mother's ring. These are nice shoes, but they look uncomfortable. That is used for singular items that are far away. Those is used for multiple items that are far away. Again, the distance can be physical or metaphorical. Here are a few examples of these pronouns in action. A house like that would be a nice place to live. Those aren't swans, they are geese. Number 6. Indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are those referring to one or more unspecified objects, beings, or places. They are called indefinite simply because they do not indicate the exact object, being, or place to which they refer. Indefinite pronouns are used when you need to refer to a person or thing that doesn't need to be specifically identified. Here are a few examples of indefinite pronouns in sentences. Everybody was late to work because of the traffic jam. It matters more to some than others. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Number 7. Reflexive pronouns. A reflexive pronoun is a type of pronoun that is preceded by the adverb, adjective, pronoun, or noun to which it refers, so long as that antecedent is located within the same clause. In English grammar, a reflexive pronoun indicates that the person who is realizing the action of the verb is also the recipient of the action. Reflexive pronoun end in self or selves. For examples, I was in a hurry, so I washed the car myself. You are going to have to drive yourself to school today. That car is in a class all by itself. Number 8. Intensive pronouns. Intensive pronouns look the same as reflexive pronouns, but their purpose is different. Intensive pronouns add emphasis. Conceptualizing the difference between them and reflexive pronouns can be challenging because the emphasis isn't always obvious. It is defined as a pronoun that ends in self or selves and places emphasis on its antecedent by referring back to another noun or pronoun used earlier in the sentence. For this reason, intensive pronouns are sometimes called emphatic pronouns. Take a look at these examples. of intensive pronouns and examined how they are different from the examples in the previous section. I told them I could do it myself. We asked ourselves, is this business really worth saving? Did you yourself see Loretta spill the coffee? Number 9. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are pronouns that show possession. Possessive pronouns are words used to indicate that something belongs to someone or has a direct relationship with someone else. They are often used in speech and writing to avoid repetition. They include my, your, our, their, his, her, and its. There are two groups of possessive pronouns. They are dependent possessive pronouns and independent possessive pronouns. My, your, his, her, its, our, your, and their are dependent possessive pronouns. Mine, ours, yours, his, hers, and theirs are the independent possessive pronouns. Take a look at these examples to understanding better the difference of dependent and independent pronouns. For dependent, I crashed my bike into a telephone pole. Your house is always decorated so nicely. For independent, the car parked outside is mine. If the candy bar isn't yours, it must belong to someone else. Number 10. Interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are used in questions. An interrogative pronoun is a pronoun which is used to make asking questions easy. Interrogative pronouns can also be used as relative pronouns, which may be found in questions or indirect questions. You will know for certain that a pronoun is classified as an interrogative when it's used in an inquiring way because interrogative pronouns are found only in question and indirect questions. The interrogative pronouns are who, what, which, and whose. Take a look at these examples. Who wants a bag of jelly beans? What is your name? Which movie do you want to watch? Whose jacket is this? Last, number 12, distributive pronouns. Distributive pronouns refer to people, animals, and objects as individuals within larger groups. They enable you to single out individuals while acknowledging that they are part of a larger group. Distributive pronouns include either, each, neither, any, and none. For examples, all of my friends entered the costume contest and none of them won. Cookies and muffins are available for dessert. Neither is appealing to me. I think that's enough explanation from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.